Welcome to or back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this super cute crochet rosebud. I'm still perfecting adding the leaves and the stem, so I'll drop another tutorial once I get that squared away because I want to make sure it's done right. And I'm also doing it without a drill and like all the other fancy stuff. Now I did hot glue it, but as you can see, we have quite a lot of imperfections, so we're still working on that. But once I get that part down packed, I will drop another tutorial. But yeah, this is how the roses are going so far. I want to make me my own bouquet. It's going to be all red, but I just used yellow as my first tester rose. But this is how it turned out. Super duper cute. Keep watching for the tutorial. Right in with materials, I'm going to be using red heart yarn in the shade yellow, a 6mm crochet hook, some scissors to cut my yarn tails, and a tapestry needle is going to be used to like sew the heart together. You can use like a hot glue gun if you want to, but for this video I will just be sewing it together. And you can use a hook instead of a tapestry needle, but I think a tapestry needle will be much easier. We're going to start off with a slip knot, and you make that by making a U with your yarn. I use the short tail on the right and the long tail that's attached to the yarn on the left. I am going to twist the top of the yarn and then pull the long string or the string on the left through, and now you have a slip knot. Place it onto your hook, and then you'll just like tighten it on your hook by pulling the long string or the string that you had on the left side till it's stuck on your hook. And now we are just going to yarn over and make chains. Now the chains will determine how the length of your chain will determine how fluffy your rose is going to be. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I will be chaining 81. Now, the thing is, if you want your rose to be like a smaller size, don't chain 81, obviously. You can chain as much as you like, but I would suggest making your chain make sure your chain is divisible by 8 plus 1. If you plan on having if you plan on making a double crochet equal a chain 2, you are going to make sure your chain is 8 plus 1, because the first 2 chains will be your double crochet and then that next chain won't. And so you'll end up with the next chain will be the double crochet, so that you'll end up with 80 double crochets. But if you plan on having a chain 3 equal a double crochet, you would probably want to just add one more. So you'll, instead of doing 81, you'll do 82. So the 80, 81, and 82 chain will be your first double crochet. And then that 4th chain, which will be your 79th chain, is where you'll start doing your actual double crochets. And this is just like, I don't know, you don't necessarily have to do that, but this is just so like you end with the right amount of, when you finish round 2, you're going to end up ending on like a slip stitch instead of ending where you will basically need to add petals. And this will make more sense once we get to round 2. But I'm going to go ahead and make a chain, and I'm going to do a total of 81 because I'm just going to let the chain 2 count as a double crochet. I know that was a lot, but just make sure for the purpose of the rose that if you're using a chain 2 to be a double crochet, make sure your number is divisible by 8 and then add 1. If you are using a chain 3 to be a double crochet, make sure it's divisible by 8 plus 2. So you'll do 82, or you can do 66, because 64 divided by 8 is 8, and then add 2 more. I have all 81 chains made. I'm going to skip the first 2 chains because that'll count as a double crochet, and then I'm going to yarn over and go into the 3rd chain from my hook with a double crochet. And for this first round, you are just going to be placing 1 double crochet in each stitch, and including your chain 2 or chain 3, you should end the round with a total of, if you're doing the pattern I am, 80 stitches. Whatever number you end up with should be a number that is evenly divisible by 8. Okay, so that doesn't matter if you're doing 64, if you're doing 72, if you're doing 32, my bad, or 40, or 48, 24. Those are probably going to be smaller roses. But again, you're welcome to just make it however size you want. And honestly, I would say experiment. Like make one that's big, make one that's medium size, make one that's small, so you can kind of see what size you like. But I feel like if you're making a bouquet of them, having like a different arrangement of different sizes and different colors would be super duper cute. But I'll meet y'all back at the end of this round when I've finished all of my double crochets, so we can start working on the petals. Alright, so now I'm on my last stitch. For me, it's number 80. And this is my 80th double crochet, including my chain 2. So now I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work. Now we're about to start working on our petals. For the petals, we will be doing a total of 7 double crochets inside of the same space. So since I'm going to count this chain 2 as a double crochet, so I've already done 2 double crochets, so that's 3. So this is 4, 5, 6, and number 7. After you have a total of 7, you are going to skip this next stitch and go into the next stitch and do a slip stitch. And then we are going to skip a stitch and then go into the very next stitch with 6 double crochets. So we're doing like the shell stitch pattern, because when we roll it up, it's going to give us the most super cute rose shape. Oops. And if you use a smaller hook, your rose may also be smaller. So I'm using a 6mm. You don't have to use it for the whole thing, but at least use it for like the petals, so they're fluffy. Again, after that, we skip a stitch, then slip stitch, then we skip a stitch, and then get straight back to our double crochets. So I'm doing 7 double crochets inside of the very same stitch. You're welcome to do more or less, but like just know that if you don't have like the curvy shell look, it may not, your rose is probably not going to look the same. So I'd say a bare minimum do like 5, or like, and at max do like 8. After we finish all 7, skip a stitch, then do a slip stitch, then we skip a stitch and then do our next round of double crochets. And also, if you choose to like not skip stitches and stuff, it's going to be very, very bunched up. And I don't necessarily, I ain't gonna say you won't like the look, but it won't look the same. And it's just gonna feel heavily overcrowded. And I get it, we are overcrowding one stitch, but because we're skipping stitches in between, it doesn't give off that super duper like overcrowded look. That's all I can say. But repeat this up until the end. And if you did, like I said, in round 1, and you made sure you started or like went off of having multiples of 8, you should end by doing a slip stitch. Like you'll end basically like this. We'll finish a round, we'll have a space that we skip, and then we'll slip stitch, and then you should be done and you should be good to tie your yarn off. But I will meet y'all back after I finish, and then we'll get ready to roll up our rose, because that's what's going to officially give it the rose shape. And I always count just to make sure that I have the correct amount, because sometimes when I'm talking and I'm crocheting, my brain is not adding stuff up correctly. I think it is, but I always double check. Alrighty, but yeah, I'll meet y'all back when I'm done with round 2. Okay, so I'm finishing up my last petal with my 7, or last like shell area, with 7 double crochets. And you see how we ended with we have a space, and then in this space we're going to do our slip stitch. That's why I said make sure it's multiple of 8, so you could just end like that. And then I just yarned over, pulled through to finish off my yarn tail. Now we're going to roll it up. Like I said, if you had a hot glue gun, you could hot glue this together, but we're just going to sew it together for the purpose of this video. And I'm going to start rolling it from the beginning side. And as you roll it, you will obviously start to see it take on that flower shape. Like it does kind of look a little weird at first, but like, see, it's starting to get there. And we're going to sew it together to make it stiff. Some people will hot glue it. I don't know where my hot glue gun is. I own one, but I've never even used it, and I don't know where it's at, so I didn't. And I didn't feel the need to go looking for it just for this one video. But all right, and this is what your rose will look like. Now, if you want it to go tighter or something because you didn't like how it laid, but I feel like the way it naturally lays is super duper cute. So now I'm gonna thread the longest tail onto my yarn needle. You don't have to use a yarn or tapestry needle, whatever you want to call it, but I just think that using it makes the project, like, it makes it so much easier when you're trying to feed it through. Because when you do it with a crochet hook, This part will have to keep the yarn together, but you also don't want it snagging on the rest of the project. And I am going to go ahead and double knot. Actually, I'm going to do a triple knot, because normally when I'm crocheting something with my yarn needle, I'm not going to lie, it usually fucking like comes out at some point. So we're going to go through the bottom. So flip it over. And I'm just, as you can see, I'm just sticking it through. And we're going to feed it through a couple times. And I'll just keep that tail in the middle. We're going to feed it through quite a few times just to make sure our rose is secure. Just like when you are feeding it through, just try to come out through like one of those double crochets we made. Like try to come out through the bottom, not like in the middle or the top, so like you could pull it. Like, I mean, try to come out through like that row of double crochets. That's what I'm saying. So like I'm entering through that row of double crochets, and I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna come out and pick up. You see how I want to make sure I go through that side. I'm gonna come out through the double crochets. Now, I can make a tutorial on like how to add this to a skewer and like do the greenery part, so you can have like long roses if you don't just want it like this. So y'all just comment below if y'all want a tutorial on how to add it to a skewer. Now I will say for that part, it probably will be easier. Well, you will need some type of glue. Maybe not a hot glue gun, but I will have to find that hot glue gun if y'all want me to do that part, because that's just the easiest way I know to secure the greenery onto the actual skewer, and to secure like the grass part. Okay, so I kind of feel like I'm good, but I'm gonna go through this and come out over here, because for some reason that part is poking up a little too much for me. And then I'm going to go through the top. I want to get it to where my yarn comes out like in the middle part, like around this so I can tie it. So I'm just going to go through the top. But we're going to go like right back down. Just want to get it close. Yeah, that's close enough. And now that we came back down through it, I'm just going to secure my yarn tails by doing a couple knots. Do a couple knots. Low key, because I feel like I am going to go through and do the greenery, and you have to sew that to the bottom. I'm kind of not wanting to like over tuck the tails. But yes, and now when you're finished, you are left with this super cute, beautiful rose. And you would just snip these tails and like tuck them and hide them in the back. But yeah, super duper cute. Comment below again if you want me to do the greenery part and show you how to add it to a skewer. But yeah, this is so cute. You can add this to like a hair clip. You could just like stick the clip part through the back. Honestly, you could like make it a brooch. You could do a lot of things with this. Like you can sew this onto a hat, a blanket, a sweater. You can really just have it as like a desk accessory. You can glue it and use it like on, you know how people do like the mirrors with the flowers? You can use these kind of roses instead. Like it's just so super cute, and it works up rather fast. But yeah, comment below what other colors y'all are making them in. I kind of think I'm going to make me a bouquet of roses using this in multiple different colors. But yeah, we'll see what other things we come up with for the roses. Toodles.